Guys, welcome back to our channel. This channel, Lever Science, is all about trying to learn various concepts of data science while practicing a lot of questions. In this video, we are going to solve this question on lead code regarding snaps analysis. The difficulty level of this question is medium, and I'm going to share the SQL schema as well as the Panda schema in the description box below. Okay, the question reads: we are given a table called activities with 4 different columns: activity ID, user ID, activity type, and time spent. Activity ID is the column of unique values for this table. Activity type is an enum category which can take values, send, or open. This table contains activity ID, user ID, activity type, and time spent. We are also given a second table called age with 2 different columns, user ID and the age bucket. User ID is the column of unique values for this table, and age bucket is an enum category which can take 3 values: 21 to 25, 26 to 30, and 31 to 35. This table contains information about user ID and age group. Okay, we are asked to write a solution to calculate the percentage of total time spent on sending and opening snaps for each age group. Percentage should be rounded to 2 decimal places. Order of the result does not matter. So basically what we need to do in this case is, let's go through this example. So here you have various activities of the user ID, the activity type, and the time spent, and you have the age buckets of all the users as well. So what we basically need to do is, for age group 21 to 25, so user ID 789, user ID 789 is, there are 2 rows, one is send, one is open. So what is the total time spent in age group 21 to 25? 6.24 plus 5.25, that is the total time. What is the percentage of time sent in opening the snaps? 5.25 divided by the sum. And then what is the percentage of time in sending it? 6.24 divided by the sum. And that is what we have in our output. So basically, to solve this question, since we need the age bucket and we need to group by every age bucket, so age bucket is not in the activities table, so obviously we need to join these 2 tables. What we can do is, we can do a left join of activities table on the age table using the user ID column and get the age bucket as well. So let's start with this. So from this table called activities aliased as A1, let us left join the age table aliased as A2 using the common column is user ID. Let me go ahead and keep all the columns from A1 dot star, so basically activities table, and from A2 age bucket. So let me go ahead and run this. Let's see what do we get in our output. So if you look at it, now we have the activity ID, user ID. Let me just drag it to the left so that it's easier for us to visualize. Okay, so you have activity ID, user ID, type, time spent, and age bucket. Now what we basically need to do is, for every age bucket, what is the percentage of time they have spent in opening the snaps, and what is the percentage of time they have spent in sending the snaps. So what we can do is, let me just drag it somewhat down, and so for every age group, so group by A2 dot age bucket, and then what we need is, we need the A2 dot age bucket in the output, because if you look at our output, we have the age bucket, then we need the send percentage. So basically, how can we calculate the send percentage? We can use the case when statement that, hey, whenever your activity type is equal to send, take the time spent column. If it is not equal to send, assign the value 0 and sum the entire thing. What will it do? It will give us what is the total time spent in sending for that particular age bucket, and then divide by the total time spent. So what I'm saying is, let's do this. So case when A1 dot activity type is equal to send, then what you do is, then you take A1 dot time spent, else what you do is, else you assign the value 0. Since you started case when statement, you end it, and what you do is, do the sum of this entire thing. This is going to give you what is the total time spent in sending snaps by a particular age bucket, then divide by the total time. So sum of A1 dot time spent, that is going to give you the fraction, and then you multiply it by 100 to get the percentage, and this should be rounded to 2 decimal places, as well as the question says rounded to 2 decimal places. So let's round this to 2 decimal places, and let's alias this as send percentage, because that is what we need in our output. Let's for the time being only get the send percentage and see if we are getting the correct numbers or not. Let me go ahead and run this. So if we look at it, our output has sent percentage 37.84, 82.26, and 54.31, and we have the exact same ones. So the same thing we need to do for open percentage. So you do not need to write everything again. What we can go ahead and do is, let's copy this entire thing. Only thing we need to do is make couple of changes. First change would be at it should be open, and then the alias should be open percentage, right? Because that is what we need in our output. Let me go ahead and run this now. So if you see, this is accepted, our output is same as expected output. Let me go ahead and submit this to pass all the test cases. So yeah, this is accepted, and this is how to do it. So somewhat tricky question. What we basically had to do was, in this case, is since the columns are in two different tables, so we firstly what we did was we performed a join, and then since once we had the age bucket, we grouped by the age bucket, and then we returned the age bucket and calculated the send percentage. How? We use the case when statements to say that, okay, whenever your activity type is send, then you get the time spent, else you assign the value 0 and perform a sum. So that gives us the total time spent in sending snaps. We divided that by total time spent in that particular age bucket and rounded to 2 decimal places to get the send percentage. We did the same for open as well. So yeah, this is how we do it. Let me know if there's a better, more efficient solution to solve this question. Let the solution be in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.